Hello guys, welcome back to literature classes. This is Abhilasha. I have completed MPhil and PG in English and I also have qualified UGC NET exam. Now, in this video I am going to discuss Age of Revival. Meaning is that I have discussed earlier the history of English literature's two parts, that is Old English period and Age of Chaucer. Now in this video I'll discuss Age of Revival. Age of Revival, which is also known as Age of Learning, New Learning, or the rebirth of classical learning, or the Age Renaissance. Okay, so I'll discuss each and everything as much as possible to sum up in this video, and I'll make the second part of this video very soon, because in this video only I cannot take up all the things of the Age of Revival. So I'll discuss as much as possible in this video, and I'll make the separate and the other video related to Age of Revival also. The remaining things I'll discuss in the next video. So without wasting much time, let's start the topic. I see Age of Revival. Age of Revival was started from 1400 to 1550, as the Old English was divided into three parts: Old English period before Chaucer, that is, and Age of Chaucer, then Age of Revival. So this is the part of Age of Revival. In this age, Chaucer has died and the Henry V was crowned as the king. So now Henry V was crowned as the king, and he was the ruler of England, but he want to take up the throne of France also. That's why he has made a list of demands and sent to France. He has made a list to got the throne of France. So he sent that list of demands that includes French wife, a French revenue, French crown. So he has these are the major demands of his list, and he was claiming on the French throne. Why? Because he want to become the ruler of whole of England and France. That's why. So he after sending that list, the French king denied to fulfill the demands of King Henry V. So because of this, he was very angry and decided to do a war. Now 100 years war was ended, and he has decided to do a war. So in the battle of he has decided to do a war. That's why he has prepared an army of 5,000 knights. After this preparation of 5,000 army, he was thinking to get each and everything of the France. So English army reached to the town of Harfleur, and they reached the France and they started the war. King Henry's army won the Battle of Agincourt. He won the Battle of Agincourt in 1415. Now English army fought very bravely. That's why they won the Battle of Agincourt. After that, King Henry's army returned to England, and they were welcomed warmly there, because King Henry V was now known as the King of France also. That's why. And the French king has accepted every demands of King Henry V. Now Henry V was the ruler of France also. After this, when he was won that battle, he married to the French king's daughter Catherine. कैथराइन जो कि फ्रेंच किंग की बेटी थी, उनसे इसकी शादी होगी. आफ्टर दैट केड्स रिबेलियन was occurred in 1450. Why? Because King Henry V was not survived so long, and he has died early. After that, King Henry V's death, King Henry VI came as his son, and he has ruled there, but he was not strong enough as King Henry V. So, after this, King Henry VI was actually the puppet of English army or English people. So he was working as the puppet of English. So that's why he was not ruling very good. That's why Cade's rebellion occurred. What is this Cade's rebellion? Jack Cade. Jack Cade has started this rebel. Why? Because he want to lose the King Henry VI. किंग हेनरी सिक्स को वो लूज़ करना चाहता था. क्यों लूज़ करना चाहता? क्योंकि किंग हेनरी सिक्स बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग नहीं था, वो बहुत अच्छे से शासन नहीं कर पा रहा था. जब वो बहुत अच्छे से शासन नहीं कर पाया, जैक केट जो था, जैक केट के फॉलोअर्स को केट्स रिबेलियन कहा जाता है. जैक केट के फॉलोअर कौन थे? जैक केट जो कि कैंट में रहता था, और ये वहाँ जैक केट जो कि कैंट में रहता था, और इसके जितने फॉलोअर्स थे वो पीजेंट्स और फार्मर्स थे. वो सारे इसको फॉलो कर रहे थे, ये जैसा कर रहा था वैसा ही कर रहे थे. इसने क्या किया कि फ्रेंच किंग को मींस हेनरी सिक्स को अपनी लिस्ट ऑफ डिमांड्स भेजी ताकि उन्हें रॉयल पार्डन मिल सके. बट किंग ने एग्री तो कर लिया कि मैं उसके डिमांड्स को मानूंगा, बट ही हैज़ डिसाइडेड टू अरेस्ट हिम. So, listening that he will be arrested, he fled from England and he fled to London. When he reached London, after some time, Alexander Iden caught him. Alexander Iden caught him in in London in wounded condition. When he caught him, after a few time he died. Means Jack Cade died. Jack Cade's real name was John Mortimer. Means he has taken up that name. After that, when he was died, after that the war was not, means that rebel was not ended. जैक केट की डेथ के बाद भी वो जो चल रहा था प्रोटेस्ट, वो ख़त्म नहीं हुआ. इसके बाद में वॉर्स ऑफ रोजेस स्टार्ट हो गया. वॉर्स ऑफ रोजेस जो कि 1455 से 85 तक चला. अब ये वॉर्स ऑफ रोजेस क्या है? दिस वॉर वॉज द स्ट्रगल और यू कैन से द फाइट ऑफ इंटरनल इंग्लैंड बिटवीन टू हाउसेस, हाउस ऑफ लैंकास्टर एंड हाउस ऑफ यॉर्क. दे हैव their symbols, their separate symbols. That house of Lancaster symbol was red rose and house of York symbol was white rose. इस वॉर में जो ये क्या था, एक सीरीज ऑफ सिविल वॉर था ये, और ये जो है वो बहुत दिनों तक चला. 1455 से स्टार्ट हुआ, 85 में ख़त्म हुआ. और इस वॉर में बहुत टाइम दो हाउसेस के बीच में हो रहा था. तो कभी लैंकेस्टर जीता था तो कभी यॉर्क हाउस जीता था. स्टार्टिंग में यॉर्क हाउस जीत रहा था, लेकिन लास्ट में लैंकेस्टर जीता था. लास्ट में जो रिचर्ड थर्ड थे, हेनरी ट्यूडर आए. हेनरी ट्यूडर जो कि डिस्टेंट कज़न थे किसके? लैंकास्टर के. तो इन्होंने क्या किया, लैंकास्टर की तरफ से इन्होंने लैंकास्टर हाउस को ज्वाइन किया. जब इन्होंने लैंकास्टर हाउस को ज्वाइन कर लिया, और इसके बाद में जब इन्होंने लैंकास्टर हाउस को ज्वाइन किया, उसके बाद में इन्होंने मैरिज कर ली यॉर्क हाउस की गर्ल से. दैट्स वाई दिस वॉर ऑफ रोजेस एंडेड. आफ्टर दिस there were so many important events occurred in the age of revival. ये जो एज ऑफ रिवाइवल था, इस एज में बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट्स क्या क्या हुए थे. एक तो ईटन कॉलेज को फाउंड किया गया था, फाउंडेशन ऑफ ईटन कॉलेज इन 1440 में ईटन कॉलेज, एंड किंग्स कॉलेज जो था वो कैम्ब्रिज में 1441 में आया है. दैट मीन्स 1440 में आया है ईटन कॉलेज, एंड 1441 में आफ्टर 1 year किंग्स कॉलेज आ गया है. Classical study of Greek was introduced into England, Oxford, Thomas Lenker, William Latimer, William Crossing. Meaning is that classical study of Greek को इंग्लैंड ऑक्सफोर्ड में किसने इंट्रोड्यूस करा है? टॉमस लेनकेर ने, विलियम लैटिमर ने और विलियम क्रॉसन ने. जबकि कैम्ब्रिज में इरेमस ने इसको इंट्रोड्यूस कराया है. आफ्टर दैट प्रिंटिंग प्रेस वॉज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. Printing press was introduced in England by William Caxton in 1476. Okay, after that the first book published in England was known as History of Troy. After that, the next thing is that Dictes and Sayings of the Philosophers was the first English book printed in the printing press in English language. So this was the literary background. After that, the book of Marjorie Camp. The book of Marjorie Camp. This was the autobiography of Marjorie Camp. Marjorie Camp has discussed her life with her husband and her children. So she has described each and everything of her lifetime in this autobiography. She was the lady writer. After that, in the age of revival, the focus was more on the classical learning. इस एज में जो फोकस था वो किस पे ज़्यादा था? क्लासिकल लर्निंग पे फोकस ज़्यादा था. क्यों क्लासिकल लर्निंग? जो 400 AD में जो वर्क्स थे ग्रीक लैंग्वेज के, जो क्लासिकल वर्क्स थे या जो रोमन वर्क्स थे, वो कोलैप्स हो गए थे. बट इस एज में उनका रीबर्थ हुआ था, वो उनका रिवाइवल हुआ था. The interest in classical literature prevented the growth of native literature. और इसमें क्या हुआ था? इस एज में क्लासिकल लिटरेचर ने क्या किया था? नेटिव लिटरेचर की ग्रोथ को प्रिवेंट किया था. After that the next thing that is very important was happened, that is English Chaucerian and Scottish Chaucerian came. So there were about 10 writers who are associated with English Chaucerians. So what is this English Chaucerians? Actually, these English Chaucerians were the group of 15th and 16th century poet who was influenced from Geoffrey Chaucer. Those were known as, and they have used the Chaucerian diction and phraseology or poetic forms of Chaucer. That's why they are known as English Chaucerians. So there were about 10 English Chaucerians: Thomas Hawkliffe, Thomas Norton, John Lydgate, John Skelton, Stephen Hawes, Alexander Barclay, George Ashby, George Ripley, Henry Bradshaw, Osborne Buckingham. So these were the English Chaucerians, major English Chaucerians. You have to learn these names because they are very important, and their works are also very important. And I'll tell you some major works of these writers. So who were the Scottish Chaucerians? Actually, these Scottish Chaucerians were the group of Scottish poets. They were indebted to Chaucer. Their subject matter was differ from English Chaucerians. So they were not so relied on this Geoffrey Chaucer, and they have developed some different tone and different style from Chaucer. So these are James Fast, Robert Henryson, William Dunbar, Gavin Douglas, and Sir David Lindsay. Now guys, let's talk about some major important works of these writers. It is very important to know their important works. So Thomas Hawkliffe, he was the English Chaucerian and he was born in London. His first work was The Letter of Cupid, and the next work was The Regiment of Princes. This Thomas Hawkliffe's work, The Regiment of Princes, begins with a 2000-line prologue. Okay, next is John Lydgate. John Lydgate was also written some prose work. The Serpent of Division. The Serpent of Division was known as his only prose work. After that, he wrote poems also. The Troy Book, The Siege of Thebes, and The Falls of Princes. Actually, this The Fall of Princes जो कि जॉन लिडगेट का वर्क है, ये वर्क इनका जो है कंपेनियन पीस है चौसर की जो कैंटरबरी टेल्स है उसका द नाइट्स टेल्स का ही कंपेनियन पीस इन्होंने इसको बताया है. क्यों? क्योंकि इसमें जॉन लिडगेट ने अपने आप को कैंटरबरी टेल्स का पिलग्रिम इमेजिन किया है, और जो वो नाइट्स टेल है उन्होंने अपने आप को ये कंसिडर किया है कि वो जो है उन पिलग्रिम्स में वो भी एक हैं और वो क्या कर रहे हैं, टेल्स को सुना रहे हैं। सो ये क्या है, एक तरह से ये फॉल ऑफ प्रिंसेस जो वर्क है ये इनका उसी का कंपेनियन पीस है। नेक्स्ट स्टीफन हॉज का जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क है वो पास टाइम ऑफ प्लेजर है, जो कि एक एल्गोरिकल पोएम है। इस एल्गोरिकल पोएम को जो कि स्टीफन हॉज ने लिखी है, पास टाइम ऑफ प्लेजर, इसको जो है 1509 में लिखा गया है और ये जो है 5800 लाइंस में इसको लिखा गया है राइम रॉयल में। और इसकी जो मेन थीम है पोएम की वो क्या है, एजुकेशन एंड पिलग्रिमेज ऑफ द नाइट क्रॉन्ड एम्बर। सो आफ्टर दैट जॉन स्केल्टन केम, Erasmus has spoken one line about John Skelton is the one light and glory of British letters. The one light and glory of British letters. This line was said by Erasmus. He has developed, John Skelton has developed a meter that is known as Skeltonic meter. What is this Skeltonic meter? This Skeltonic meter is the repetition of short 2 beat lines with accents. Okay, then Boss of Court was the satire on court. The next is Colin Clout. ये जो इनका बॉज ऑफ कोर्ट है ये कोर्ट लाइफ का सटायर है, पॉलिटिकल और हिस्टोरिकल एलिगरी है, ठीक है। इसको 7 लाइन स्टैंजा में लिखा गया है और ये क्या है, एक तरह की ड्रीम एलिगरी है। इसका जो नैरेटर है वो कौन है, ड्रेडी है। सो दिस इज द इम्पॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट जॉन स्केल्टन। नाउ अलेक्जेंडर बार्कले रोट द शिप ऑफ फूल्स इन्होंने लिखा है 1509 में, जो कि क्या है, एक पॉपुलर जर्मन सटायर है दास नरेनशिफ, उसका ही ये क्या है, शिप ऑफ फूल्स क्या है, उसका एक अडेप्टेशन है। नेक्स्ट थिंग है ऑसबॉर्न बोकेनहम, नेक्स्ट राइटर हैं जो कि इंग्लिश ऑस्ट्रेलियन के ऑसबॉर्न बोकेनहम, इन्होंने लेजेंड्स ऑफ होली विमेन लिखा है। लेजेंड्स ऑफ होली विमेन को 10,000 लाइन्स में डेकासिल्बिक वर्ड्स में लिखा गया है एंड इसमें 13 लेजेंड्स ऑफ होली विमेन एंड मेडन्स के बारे में डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया गया है एज चॉसर्स लेजेंड ऑफ गुड विमेन। सो उसी तरीके से चौसर के लेजेंड ऑफ गुड विमेन में 9 विमेन की स्टोरी थी और इसमें क्या है 13 लेजेंड्स ऑफ होली विमेन के बारे में डिस्क्राइब किया गया है। सो गाइज दिस वॉज द ब्रीफ description of the age of revival, and there are remaining things like I'll discuss about Scottish Chaucerians and I'll discuss about mystery plays, miracle plays, interludes and so many things which are left. So these things I'll discuss in the next part of the age of revival. So I hope you will get the overview of age of revival's important things. Till then, so that's it for this video, and see you soon in the next video. Till then, keep studying and have fun with literature. Thank you.